Alrighty, here's the study guide. If you forget how to find the greatest common factor, remember you can when it's just a number or for your coefficients, remember you can always go back and use your calculator, and all you do is go to math, scroll over to number, and then down to 9, okay? But in general, what we do to find the greatest common factor is, does you take the smaller number, 32, does it go into 64 evenly? Yes. Therefore, my greatest common factor is 32. 12 does not go into 21, but 12 is 2 times 6. 6 does not go into 21. 12 is also 3 times 4. 4 doesn't go into 21, but 3 does. All right, so then 24 and 60. So I have to go through all the different possible combinations. This is definitely one where I would go to your math and just go to your GCD button and then plug it in for your coefficient. When you do that, you should get that 12 is your greatest coefficient or your greatest GCF for your coefficient, and then I can take out an x third to the third. All right, factor out the GCF and express your answer as a product. All right, I start with my smallest coefficient, which is a 2. So 2 goes into 4, 2 also goes into 30, so I can take out a 2. My smallest amount of number of x's is x squared, and my smallest number of y's is just y. Now I divide everything by 2x squared y. So 2 divided by 2 is just 1. I had 3 x's, I took 2 away, so I'm left with 1. I had 2 y's, I took 1 y away, so I'm left with a y. Negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. My x squares cancel, my y's cancel. 30 divided by 2 is a positive 15. My x squares cancel, and then I've got 1y left. So that is factored. And honestly, for right now, don't worry about, in the parentheses, don't worry about, not factoring, putting that in standard. So just keep it how it is. All right, 15 is the smallest number. 15 does not go into 20, but 5 does go into all of them. So I can take out a 5, I can take out an x, and I can also take out a y. Leaving me with 15 divided by 5 is 3x, my y's cancel, plus 20 divided by 5 is 4. My x cancels, my y cancels. 25 divided by 5 is a positive 5. I had 4 x's, I took 1 away, so I'm left with 3, and my y's cancel. All right? And yes, like I was just saying, you could rewrite this like inside from descending order. So 5x to the third plus 3x plus 4. But once again, I won't count it wrong if you keep it the way it is in the green. All right, so you should see that this is a difference, and x squared is a perfect square, and 81 is a perfect square. So the square root of x squared is x. The square root of 81 is 9. Therefore, I put my x's, I put my 9's, one's positive, one's negative. Remember, you can only do that if it's a difference, which means subtraction. All right, first I look at my GCF, which is a 4. And I am left with x squared minus 4y squared. Now, I look inside here, and those are perfect squares. So the square root of x squared is x. Square root of 4y squared is 2y. Remember, do not forget your GCF. Remember, we took out that 4. So 4, and then now, so x, 2y, 2y, one's positive, one's negative. That's completely factored. I start with my GCF. 9 does not go into 25. 3 also does not go into 25. So it is completely, there is no GCF. So it is a difference. Remember, subtraction. So I see if my two terms are perfect squares, and they are. The square root of 9x to the 4th. So square root of 9 is 3. Square root of x to the 4th is x squared. Square root of 25 is 5. So then now I do 3x squared, 3x squared, plus 5 minus 5. All right, and then make sure that you check, is 3x squared plus 5, can I take anything else out? No. 3x squared minus 5, can I take anything else out? No, so I'm good. All right, so I see if I have a GCF. I don't. This is a quadratic trinomial, so I'm going to do my ABCs. I go over and I find my AC, which is 1 times 25. My factors of 25 are 1, 25, 5, and 5. My AC is positive. My B is positive, so they both have to be positive. So 5 plus 5 is 10. I sub it out up here. So this is x squared plus 5x plus 5x plus 25. Put it into grouping. Over here I can take out an x, leaving me with x plus 5. Over here I can take out a positive 5, leaving me with x plus 5. At this point, these have to be identical. They are, so I rewrite it. And then whatever's left over, so x plus 5. That's one way. Remember, the better way of writing that is x plus 5 squared. All right, I do not have a GCF. This is a quadratic trinomial, so I do my ABCs. My AC is 1 times negative 40, which is just negative 40. Let's do our factors. 140, 220. Does 3 go in there? No. 4, 10, 5, 8. All right, my B is positive. My AC is negative, so I need to put them over here, my negatives. These are going to be positives. So then I go ahead and I do all of them. This is my factor because negative 5 plus 8 is a positive 3. So x squared, I'm just going to sub out up here, minus 5x plus 8x minus 40. Now you go by grouping. Out of here I can take out an x, leaving me with x minus 5. Over here I can take out a positive 8, leaving me with x minus 5. My x minus 5s are identical, so I rewrite it, and I'm left with x plus 8. There we go. All right, I do not have a GCF. This is a quadratic trinomial. So I do my ABCs. Do my AC, which is 1 times negative 9, which is just negative 9. My factors are 1, 9, 3, 3. All right, now my B is negative. My AC is negative. So I'm going to put them on the larger numbers. And sure enough, 1 minus 9 is negative 8. So I sub out over here. So we have x squared plus x minus 9x minus 9. Out of here, take out an x, leaving me with x plus 1. Out of here, negative 9, leaving me with x plus 1. My x plus 1s are identical, and I'm left with x minus 9. All right, once again, I do not have a GCF. So I do my ABCs. My AC is 1 times 42, which is just 42. So 142, 221, 3, blanking, 42 divided by 3, 14. 4 does not work, 5 does not work, and 6 and 7. All right, so now my B is negative. My AC is positive. So if my AC is positive, they are both positive or they're both negative. And since my B is negative, I got to put negatives on everything. My magical pairing looks like this one. Negative 2 minus 21 is negative 23. So then I sub out up here, giving me x squared minus 2x minus 21x plus 42. Out of here, I can take out an x, leaving me with x minus 2. Out of here, remember, if this is negative, I have to take out a negative. So 21, leaving me with x minus 2. My x minus 2s are the same. And then I have x minus 21. Done. All right, so now the smallest coefficient is 9. 9 does not go into 30, but 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 goes into 30, 21 goes into 30. 3 goes into 21. So my GCF is 3. So immediately in my answer box down here, I'm going to write my 3 because you do not want to forget. So I divide everything by 3, giving me 3x squared plus 10x plus 7. All right, now I can do my ABCs. 3, 10, 7. All right, my AC is 3 times 7, which is 21. So 1, 21, 3, and 7. All right, if my B is positive and my AC is positive, then they both have to be positive. That looks like the magical pairing to me. So I'm going to sub it out here. So 3x squared plus 3x plus 7x plus 7. Out of here, I take out a 3x, leaving me with x plus 1. Out of here, I take out a positive 7, leaving me with x plus 1. The x plus 1s are the same, so I rewrite it, x plus 1, and then whatever's left over, which is 3x plus 7. That's factored. Do not forget your GCF. Do not be that person. All right, my smallest coefficient is 6. 6 does not go into 8. 6 is also 2 times 3. 3 does not go into 8. 2 does, but 2 does not go into 13. Therefore, I do not have a GCF. So I do my ABCs. 8, negative 13, negative 6. My AC is 8 times negative 6, which is negative 48. 2, oh, not 2, sorry, 1. 1, 48. 2, 24. 3, I believe that's 16, isn't it? 48 divided by 3. 16. 4, 12, 5, no, and then 6 and 8. All right, my AC is negative. My B is negative, so I need to put them on my larger numbers. If I look over, this looks like the magical pairing. 3 minus 16 is negative 13. All right, so I sub out here. So 8x squared plus 3x minus 16x minus 6. Out of here, I can take out an x, leaving me with 8x plus 3. Out of here, I can take out a negative, remember, because that's negative, 2. Negative 16 divided by negative 2 is a positive 8. Then I have x. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is positive 3. And then my 8x plus 3s are identical, so I rewrite it. And then I'm left with x minus 2. Done. My smallest coefficient is 3. 3 does not go into 7, so I just do my ABCs. My AC is 7 times 3, which is 21, which is 1 and 21, 3 and 7. All right, my B is negative. My AC is positive, which means both of them have to be negative. This looks good to me, so I sub it out here. 7x squared minus 1x minus 21x plus 3. Out of here, looks like I could just take out an x, leaving me with 7x minus 1. Out of here, if that's negative, I have to take out a negative, then 3, leaving me with 7x. 3 divided by negative 3 is negative 1. My 7x minus 1s are identical, and I'm left over with x minus 3. All right, 12 does not go into 32, but 12 is also 2 times 6. 6 does not go into 32. Let's see if 4 works. Does 4 go into 32? Yep. So I can divide everything by 4. Remember, I'm going to go ahead to my answer box and put the 4 there. Now I divide everything by 4, giving me 3x squared plus 8x minus 3. Do my ABCs. 3, 8, negative 3. So my AC is 3 times negative 3, which is negative 9. 1, 9, 3, 3. My B is positive. My AC is negative, so I'm going to put them on the smaller numbers. And that looks good to me, right? Because negative 1 plus 9 is 8. So I'm going to sub it out right there, leaving me with 3x squared minus x plus 9x minus 3. Out of here, I can take out an x, leaving me with 3x minus 1. Out of here, I can take out a positive 3, leaving me with 3x minus 1. My 3x minus 1s are identical, so I just rewrite it. And I'm left over with x plus 3. That's completely factored.